19th century onwards. Children, as I told you before, Swadeshi and boycott movements began as a reaction against the partition of Bengal. Swadeshi and boycott movements were the first movements by the people for achieving freedom from British. The Indian freedom movement had begun to take shape from the 19th century onwards. In 1915, Mahatma Gandhi returned to India after practicing law in South Africa. He lived in South Africa several years and fought for Indians who were settled there. At that time in South Africa, there were many wrong rules against the people of Indian community. Children, at that time in USA, there was a racial discrimination. Means there were many differences between the white people, the Indians, and the native Africans. The white people were proud of their white skin color. They treated Indians very badly because their skin color was brown. Indians were not allowed to travel in first class. They were not allowed to stay in hotels. They were treated as slaves. He led many movements against these practices. He adopted Satyagraha as a way of protesting against these rules. His method of Satyagraha was based on truth and non-violence. At last, his movement became successful when the Indian Relief Act was passed by the government of South Africa. When in 1915, Gandhiji returned to India from South Africa, the country was underruled by British. World War I was still going on. He took the command for making India independent. Upon his return to India, he spent an entire year traveling throughout the country in an attempt to understand the Indian situation. The Champaran Satyagraha, Ahmedabad Mill Strike, and Kheda Satyagraha were his first important experiments in the technique of Satyagraha. Mahatma Gandhi was pained by the division of society on the basis of caste, religion, and gender, and he stressed upon unity in order to achieve freedom. Children, to remove the wrong behavior and treatment given to the people of the lower caste by the people of higher caste, he renamed the untouchables as Harijans, meaning children of God. He promoted the use of khadi and waved cloth on the charkha or the spinning wheel. Children, you know Mahatma, name given to him by Rabindranath Tagore, which means great soul. Now children, I will tell you about the non-cooperation movement. Children, as we read in the previous chapter that British introduced the Rowlatt Act in 1919. The same year when the World War I came to an end. Under this act, the British government could put in prison any person without trial or appearing in the court of law. The Rowlatt Act led to widespread hartals and meetings throughout the country. One such peaceful meeting held at Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar on 13th April 1919, attended by an unarmed means without weapons crowd of men, women and children, resulted in one of the most inhuman or harsh political crimes committed in modern Indian history. A British officer, General Dyer, blocked the only exit and ordered his soldiers to fire upon the people who were attending the meeting. This open fire killed thousands of people and injuring many others. This horrible action led to the launching of the non-cooperation movement by the Indian National Congress in 1920 and marked the beginning of the Gandhian phase, which was based on truth and non